morning. We will call the meeting to order. It is 8:35 a.m. according to our clock. I'll note that proper notice has been given as required by the Ohio Revised Code. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Happy Monday to everybody in attendance. Our first order of business is to approve the board meeting minutes from our October 7th, 2025 meeting.
Those meeting minutes were circulated to us. They're from the October 7th meeting. I'll move approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have ballot remakes. Director Pullen.
Yes, Administrator Krista Criddle will present the ballot remakes to the board this morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we have a few different categories for ballot remakes, and just as a reminder to those who are watching, these are the ballots that are uniformed overseas voters that we send their ballot out. They can get them by email, but they do have to return a physical ballot. So we do have to remake those in order to scan those in our system. So the UOCAVA ballots are A1 through A23, A33 through A38, A61 through A68, and A106 through A109.
I will move approval of those ballots as remade by our bipartisan teams.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you. The next category we have are ballots that are damaged, preventing them to be scanned. So those are A24 through A32, A58 through A60, A69 through A73, and that's it for the damaged.
On the damaged ballots, I'll move that we approve those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are those ballots that had stray marks as determined by our director and deputy director that would have potentially caused that ballot not to scan as the voter had intended. So those are A47 through A57 and A87 through A105.
I'll move approval of that series of ballots as remade.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you. The last category we have are those that had a voter intent. The voter may have written a note on the ballot indicating that they made a mistake on their ballot and what their correct choice was. Those were reviewed by the director and deputy director, and those are A39 through A46 and A74 through A86.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Any
Second.
discussion? Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Mr. Mallory seconded it. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
That's all we have for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krista.
Moving down the line, the next item on our agenda is to approve the logic and accuracy testing. Director Pullen.
Yes, on Thursday, October 30th, staff conducted the public logic and accuracy test. This is when we invite the media. Any members of the public can come and observe the test. It consists of hand marking test ballots, scanning those ballots, and then producing electronic results. Then another bipartisan team hand counts those ballots and compares them against the electronic results to ensure that our system is counting accurately. This is just one step in a series of logic and accuracy testing that's conducted throughout the cycle. The results of that test are in your packet for approval.
I'll move approval of the LNA testing.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have a resolution authorizing an agreement and the execution of a lease for board offices and warehouse space.
Yes, so our current lease for this office space as well as our early vote center expires December 31st of 2026. Staff has been working closely with our landlord in consultation with our broker and legal counsel with the prosecutor's office to negotiate a new lease. It's our recommendation that this new lease begin January 1st, 2026. So upon execution of the new lease, we will terminate the current lease. So there's not an overlap. That lease will be for an initial 10-year period with a one renewal period of 5 years. The maximum under Ohio law that the board can enter into a lease agreement for facilities is 15 years. So it would get us to that maximum. Along with this lease negotiations, the landlord is committed to doing improvements to both this facility and the other facility, the Early Vote Center. It includes things like adding additional restrooms, which is very much needed. Also replacing some aging exterior doors, fresh carpet, paint, extending our poll worker training center, which will be helpful for our breakout sessions, as well as making the new entrance to the current main entrance to the Early Vote Center ADA compliant with adding a ramp, automatic doors. Our facility is currently ADA compliant, but there's a different entrance, and sometimes that causes problems if we have a line outside the building with two lines forming. So we think this will enhance the voting experience here at the Early Vote Center. So staff recommends approval of this resolution. That would give us the authority to execute the contract as long as we have approval as to form from the prosecutor's office, as well as approval from the Board of County Commissioners. We are required under Ohio law to send notice to the county commissioners of our intent to enter into this lease, and they have 30 days to reject the lease. So there is a 30-day waiting period once we send notice to the commissioners before we can actually sign the lease. Deputy Director and I have been in communication with the county administrator, assistant county administrator, so we've been keeping them apprised of our work with this, so we don't anticipate any problems.
Thank you for the really thorough update. But let's get a motion on the table first.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 25-008.
Second.
Before we vote, I just want to note for everybody, we are really lucky here in Hamilton County to have one of the best facilities in the state, if not the country. We've had the opportunity to have election officials from other parts of the United States come tour here, and they're always envious of what we have. And these upgrades are just going to make things even better. The added bathrooms, the ADA accessibility, and enhancing our training facility. These are all tremendous helps. So I just want to extend our deep thanks to our director and deputy director for negotiating this deal, Cushman and Wakefield, who were our consultants, who I understand played a huge role in that, and of course, the prosecutor's office for putting together the lease. Pat Dressing in the back. And I see our prosecutor is here in the audience today. So thank you to everybody who was involved in putting this deal together. It really is a tremendous value for the taxpayers. And of course, we get all of these extra upgrades, but also my understanding is that the rent stays in line with what we were paying, and so we will be in a solid budget position for years to come because of this. So just want to extend great job to everybody involved.
I want to echo everything you've just said, Mr. Chairman. I also, as the second longest serving member of this board now, can say that I remember when we moved here, and this is just, it was a totally bipartisan effort. It is what happens when we all work together. I looked at Kenny. You've been around these other counties, as have I at this point in my life, and what goes on here is unbelievably good. And the building and our agreement to be here skyrocketed our early voting numbers, accessible to everyone. The Early Vote Center, having that is extraordinary. So this is going to be one of the easiest votes I ever cast here, is to support this resolution.
Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That motion carries. All right. Next, we have to declare the polls open at 6:30 a.m. November 4th for the 2025 general election.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we open the polls tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for the November 4th, 2025 general election.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Is there any other business to come before the board? Kenny, I see we have Kenny from the Secretary of State's office here. Would you like to?
Sure. Well, Kenny with the Ohio Secretary of State's office. First off, Mr. Mallory, on behalf of our office, we send our condolences for the passing of your sister. I saw you share that, so
Thank you.
we were sending you prayers. I know that's very tough, especially around election time when you're going to be so busy over the next couple days. So continued prayers for that. In regards to your facility, yes, this is a tremendous facility. Sherry has shared many times with other directors layouts, especially the warehouse, as other boards go to renovate facilities or move to new facilities, most recently being Brown County this past June. They used some information that they received from down here to incorporate into their new space. So thank you for always sharing that information. Thank you for putting out the videos that you've been putting out in regards to what it takes to prepare. I know my other boards have been really copying some of the notes that you've been sharing for that. So the other 15 counties in Southwest Ohio appreciate it. Sherry and Raquel have done an amazing job talking with other counties. So let's get through tomorrow and have a great election. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Kenny.
Is there anybody else who would like to issue public comment? Seeing none, anything else from staff?
Just want to note that we ended the early voting period with 19,494 voters voting early in person. It exceeded the vote by mail for this election with 13,667 vote by mail ballot applications. And our poll worker department is trained a little over 21, Raquel always knows those numbers, a little over 2,100 poll workers. So we are prepared, we're prepared for tomorrow's election.
Well, again, our thanks to the staff. So much work goes into preparing for these elections, and you guys all have a very long day tomorrow. This is my first general election on this side of the dais, and I was reflecting last night on how I don't feel as tired as I usually am because I haven't been putting in the hours that I know you all are putting in, so we appreciate your work very much. Any other business? Seeing no other business to come before the board, we are adjourned.
Stand up, recess.
Oh my gosh, undo we're going to have to stand in recess. I'm moving too fast. Do I need a motion to put us in recess, or can I just do it? I can just do it? Okay. So let's strike from the record my adjournment. We are standing in recess.
No objection.
Thank you.